Welcome to Journeys Beyond with Shamari, a podcast where we explore dreams, energy, and the unseen worlds that shape our lives. I'm Shamari, and I'm so glad that you're here. If manifestation is inspiring you, beautiful. But if it's started to feel like a spiritual report card, like you're good when life is easy and wrong when life is hard, then this episode is for you. Because spirituality isn't meant to become self-blame. Let's bring it back to something grounded, something kind, and something real. So hello everyone, welcome back, and welcome to Season 3 of Journeys and Beyond. This season has a theme underneath it all, the Phoenix thread, the part of us that knows how to let something false burn off and rebuild something true. And the way I've been teaching it through the Pixie Universe lens, and just in case you haven't caught up with the Pixie Universe lens, I'll just briefly explain them to you again. Pixie is the felt sense and the field sense. She notices what's actually happening in you. Oliver is discernment and clean thinking. What's true, what's distortion. Asher anchors it in his body. Pacing, safety, thresholds, nervous system reality. And Nope draws the line, consent, access, and sovereignty. And the Phoenix is the deeper transformation arc, what gets released and what gets rebuilt properly. Okay, so with that in place, today's episode is called When Manifestation Turns into Self-Blame. And I'm talking about it now because it's early February and lots of people are still in the new year, new life mode. And I want your dreams to be supported by something stable, not by pressure dressed up as spirituality. So let's name the trap. Manifestation can quietly turn into what I call moral law, a spiritual scoreboard. And it goes like this. If something good happens, it means you're aligned. If something hard happens, it means you're not. If you're not getting what you want, you must be blocking it. And if you're struggling, you must be manifesting wrong. Pixie can usually feel this before we can explain it. It's that tight, performative pressure in the atmosphere, the vibe of, if you were evolved, you wouldn't be human. And I want to say this cleanly. Your life is not proof of your spiritual worth. Your outcomes are not a morality test. Now I'm going to talk about a phrase that gets used a lot in spiritual spaces, and I want to handle it gently. Why do you allow it? Sometimes people mean well when they say it. Sometimes they're trying to remind you that you have agency. But very often the phrase carries a hidden accusation. Because inside the word allow comes a pile of assumptions. That you consented, that you agreed, that you're fine with it, that you must secretly want it, that you could stop it instantly if you were strong enough. But real life doesn't happen in clean little seminar room ways where everybody has equal power and unlimited resources and perfect safety. Real life includes nervous system thresholds, financial and relationship constraints, timing and logistics, exhaustion, the consequences that come with change, history, trauma, responsibility, complexity. So here's a much truer sentence, one that holds your power without turning it into self-attack. I'm not allowing it or consenting to it. I'm managing the risk as far as I'm capable right now. That sentence has dignity, it has realism, and it has compassion for your current capacity. And that, by the way, is a very Asher thing to say. Now let's bring Oliver into it, because discernment matters. If manifestation were purely about alignment, then identical actions would produce identical outcomes. But they don't. Two people can do the same practices, put in the same effort, hold the same intention, work on themselves diligently, and get completely different results. Because reality includes timing, support systems, health, responsibilities, networks, starting resources, opportunity, and yes, probability and luck. So when someone says if you're not getting results, you're doing it wrong, I want you to pause. Oliver would ask, by what logic? Because often it's not logic at all. It's a simplistic narrative that makes life easier to explain but harder to live. This one's sensitive but important. Sometimes in the manifestation world, wealth and visibility get treated like proof of being more evolved, but money can reflect many things: skill, opportunity, support, timing, marketing, inheritance, privilege, business systems, risk tolerance, and sheer chance. Money is not proof of soul quality. And I'm not saying you can't desire abundance. I'm saying don't turn someone else's outcome into your self-judgment. If a teaching makes you feel inferior, behind, ashamed, panicked, pressured, responsible for everything, then Phoenix work is required, because something in that framework is false and needs to burn off. Real spirituality sounds like this. Let's stay with what's true. Let's pace this. Let's honour your nervous system. Let's choose the next available step. Let's be accountable without being cruel. It makes room for humanity and mystery, growth and complexity, responsibility and compassion. And it doesn't ask you to weaponize your own inner voice against yourself. Now I want to give you the most practical angle for February, because people are still setting goals, still wanting the year to be better, and if you want the best chance to manifest your dreams in 2026, don't start with the perfect vision board. Start with the foundation you're building on. And this is base chakra territory, not the trendy version, the real version. Safety, receiving, belonging, support, permission, stability. Do I trust life enough to expand? Because if your foundation is wired for threat, you can think positive all day and still feel stuck, because your system is trying to survive, not expand. So ask yourself gently, do I believe it's safe for things to go well? Do I believe support is available to me? Do I believe good things last? Do I believe ease is allowed? Do I believe I can receive without paying for it later? Those are foundational beliefs, and they shape what your nervous system will permit you to build. Okay, so if you're able to do this with me now, place one hand on your lower belly and one hand on your chest. Let your breath get a little slower than usual, not forced, just slower. And repeat after me, quietly or out aloud. My peace and pace is allowed. Safety comes first. I can build this gently and still succeed. Now ask yourself, what would feel like a 5% safer step now? Not 50, not a leap, just 5%. Let that one small idea arrive. Something doable, something kind. That's the foundational work that holds your dreams without pressure. If this landed for you, I'm publishing the companion blog on Monday, February 9th. It's called Manifestation as Moral Law. It goes deeper into the spiritual scoreboard trap. And on Wednesday, 11th, 2026, I'm teaching deeper base chakra reprogramming inside Quantum Soul Upgrade. Enrollments aren't open right now, so there's nothing to join today. But if you want to be notified when the next session opens, you can add your name into the waitlist. And either way, you can start now with the foundation. Let me leave you with this. You are not failing because life is complex. You are not less evolved because you have limits. And you do not need to turn spirituality into self-blame in order to grow. Phoenix doesn't rise from shame. Phoenix rises from truth. You've been listening to Journeys Beyond with Shamari. Thank you for sharing this time with me. New episodes are released every Friday. So until next time, keep your energy soft and your journey open.